Welcome to the lecture series on the subject Applied Thermodynamics. This is module 1 in that part 1 air standard cycles. This is lecture number 6. So in this lecture I will continue to solve numericals on diesel cycle. Then I will take up dual cycle. Okay, let us solve this problem. The stroke and cylinder diameters of a CI engine are 250 mm and 150 mm respectively. If the clearance volume is 0.0004 meter cube and fuel injection takes place at constant pressure for 5% of the stroke, determine the efficiency of the engine. Assume the engine works on the diesel cycle. So let us analyze this question. So stroke and cylinder diameters of a CI engine, compression ignition engine is given. So compression ignition engine is nothing but the diesel engine. So D is given 250 mm or okay, it is a stroke, right? It's not D, stroke. L is 250 mm, it is 0.25 meters, and diameter is 150 mm, that is D is equal to 0.15 meters. So clearance volume, you see, this is the clearance volume. So this is the clearance of V2. So V2 is equal to Vc, because this gap is the clearance volume. So be careful about this. And here this length is the stroke volume. You see this length from here to here is the stroke volume. So clearance volume is given as 0.0004 meter cube, and the fuel injection takes place at constant pressure for 5% of the stroke. That means this 2 to 3, this length or this volume is 5% of this stroke volume. You see, that is the meaning. This is the stroke volume. So 2 to 3 is 5% of this length. Okay, that is from here to here 1 to 2. Okay, determine the efficiency of the engine. Okay, assume the engine works on the diesel cycle. Okay, so here he has specified again to consider the engine working on diesel cycle. Now once the diameter, stroke and clearance volume is given, so first you have to calculate the compression ratio. So for that, let us calculate the stroke volume of the engine first. So stroke volume Vs is equal to pi d square by 4 into L. So pi by 4 into 0.15 square into 0.25. So this is 4.418 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter cube. Since clearance volume is given, so let us calculate the total cylinder volume Vt, which is nothing but equal to V1 is equal to Vs plus Vc. So Vt is equal to V1 is equal to Vs plus Vc. So you will get it as 4.818 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter cube. So I am not showing any substitution there. So you can make the substitution and you can check the answer. Now compression ratio, as all of you know, Rc is nothing but V1 by V2. You see, this 1 to 2 is the compression process. So V1 by V2 is the compression ratio. V1 is nothing but Vs plus Vc divided by Vc. So that is nothing but Vt by Vc. So I am writing all the possible formulas. But since V1 is calculated here, so directly you can write V1 by V2, because V2 is equal to Vc already we noted under the given data. Just to make you understand that there are different ways to write this Rc. So I have written V1 by V2. So V1 is nothing but Vs plus Vc, and V2 is nothing but Vc. So Vs plus Vc is nothing but Vt. So all these combinations. Okay. So if you substitute and simplify, you will get the compression ratio as 12.05. Next, since K is given, that cutoff in percentage is given, it's 5%. So let us calculate the cutoff ratio. So cutoff ratio rho is equal to 1 plus K into Rc minus 1. So substitute for K as well as Rc. So we'll get the cutoff ratio rho as 1.55. Now we can use the direct formula for the efficiency of the diesel cycle. So eta Th diesel is equal to 1 minus 1 by Rc to the power gamma minus 1 inside square bracket rho to the power gamma minus 1 divided by gamma into rho minus 1. So substitute Rc is 12.05, rho is 1.55, gamma is 1.4, though it is not given in the question. So you have to take it as the ideal value 1.4. So you'll get the efficiency as 0.593 or 59.3%. Now let us solve next question. An engine with a bore of 200 mm and a stroke of 300 mm works on the theoretical diesel cycle. The initial pressures and temperatures of the air are 1 bar and 27 degrees Celsius respectively. Cutoff takes place at 8% of the stroke. Compression ratio is 15. Determine the pressures and temperatures at salient points, air standard efficiency, mean effective pressure, and the power output of the engine if there are 380 working cycles per minute. Okay, so let us try to analyze this problem. So an engine with a bore of 200 mm and stroke of 300 mm. So bore is 0.2 meters, stroke is 0.3 meters. So works on the theoretical diesel cycle. It's very important. The initial pressure and temperatures of the air are 1 bar and 27 degrees Celsius. So P1 is 1 bar, T1 is 300 Kelvin, and cutoff takes place at 8% of the stroke. So K is equal to 0.08. Compression ratio RC is 15. So most of the informations are given here. You are supposed to calculate the pressures and temperatures at salient points, air standard efficiency, mean effective pressure, power output if the number of cycles per minute is 380. So that 380 I don't want to make a note of that now. So I will do it when I solve that point number 4. Okay. Now as usual, let us calculate the stroke volume. So stroke volume Vs is equal to pi d square by 4 into L. So pi by 4 into 0.2 square into 0.3. So it is 9.425 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter cube. Now here compression ratio is given. So you can calculate the clearance volume. So RC is equal to V1 by V2 or Vc plus Vs by Vc or 1 plus Vs by Vc. So here RC is 15. So 1 plus Vs is just now we calculated. So Vc is unknown. The clearance volume is unknown. So you can calculate clearance volume as 6.732 into 10 to the power minus 4 meter cube. So V1, that's the total volume at the beginning of compression process, is nothing but Vc plus Vs. So after substitution and simplification, you will get it as 10.098 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter cube. Then V2 is nothing but V1 by RC, because all of you know RC is equal to V1 by V2, right? So now we see by this time you should be familiar with these formulas, because most of the formulas are same for both Otto cycle as well as the diesel cycle. The only difference is in case of Otto cycle, the heat addition takes place at constant volume, whereas in case of diesel cycle, the heat addition process takes place, or heat addition takes place at constant volume or constant pressure process. So V2 is equal to R1 by V1 by RC. So V1 is 10.09 into 10 to the minus 3, RC is 15, so 6.782 into 10 to the power minus 4 meter cube. Now cutoff ratio, since cutoff percentage is given, K is given as 0.08, so rho is 1 plus K into RC minus 1. So substitute for K and RC is 15, you will get the cutoff ratio as 2.12. Now let us calculate the mass of air. Since the volume is given at the inlet condition, so you have to calculate the mass of air. So you have to use the characteristic gas equation. P1 V1 is equal to MRT1. So if you rewrite that expression, so M is equal to P1 V1 by RT1. So P1 is 1 bar, but always you have to express it in kilopascal, and V1 you have to substitute. And when you substitute P1 here in kilopascal, because 1 bar is 100 kilopascal, this R value, gas constant R value, should be kilojoules per kg per Kelvin. Okay, that is very important. That is very important in fact. Okay, then T1 is 300. If you substitute, you will get the mass as 0.01172 kg. So once you find out all those parameters, now let us start to calculate pressures and temperatures at salient points. So as usual, so you can see the PV and TS diagram, you can refer here. So whatever the formula I write, so will be with reference to the PV and TS diagram. So process 1 to 2 is isentropic. So as you know, T2 by T1 is equal to V1 by V2 to the power gamma minus 1, or RC to the power gamma minus 1, or T2 is equal to T1 RC to the power gamma minus 1. So if you can remember, so directly you can write T2 is equal to T1 RC to the power gamma minus 1. Or if you not, you can get it through the temperature volume relationship for the isentropic process. So T1 is 300, RC is 15, gamma 1.4. Substitute, simplify, you will get it as 896.25 Kelvin or 613.25 degree Celsius. Similarly, isentropic relationship, you have pressure and volume relationship. P1 V1 to the power gamma is equal to P2 V2 to the power gamma, or P2 by P1 is equal to V1 by V2 to the power gamma, or RC to the power gamma. So directly you can remember P2 is equal to P1 RC to the power gamma. Substitute, so you will get it as 44.31 bar. Now if you look at the PV diagram, P2 is equal to P3. So P3 is equal to P2 is equal to 44.31 bar. So no need to calculate again. Now also we know that cutoff ratio rho is equal to V3 by V2, which is also equal to T3 by T2. You see, because this 2 to 3 is a constant pressure process, so P2 V2 by T2 is equal to P3 V3 by T3. So P2 and P3 gets cancelled. If you simplify, you get V3 by V2 is equal to T3 by T2, but V3 by V2 is nothing but rho. So that is why rho can also be expressed in some temperature as T3 by T2. So V3 you require, so V3 is equal to rho into V2. So if you substitute that, so you will get V3, that is volume at the end of the heat addition process, as 1.437 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter cube. Also you can find out T3, because from the same relationship you can find out T3 is equal to rho into T2. So that is 1900.05 Kelvin or 1627.05 degrees Celsius. So as I told you earlier in one of the lectures, so always in case of as standard cycle numericals, though you get the temperature answer in Kelvin, so better you express it in Celsius also, but be careful. So if you require to be substituted in a later stage, so then substitute it in Kelvin, so that you have to be extremely careful. Okay, don't substitute it in Celsius. Now coming to the process 3 to 4 is this isentropic process. So T3 by T4 is equal to V4 by V3 to the power gamma minus 1. So V4 is nothing but V1. So it becomes V1 by V3 to the power gamma minus 1. Now some rearrangements here, multiplying and dividing by V2. So you'll get V1 by V2 into V2 by V3 to the power gamma minus 1. So V1 by V2 is nothing but RC. So it will come occupy the numerator. RC V3 by V2 is with this V2 will come to the denominator here. V3 by V2 is rho. So it is RC by rho to the power gamma minus 1. So though this formula I used in previous problems also, so repeatedly I am using the entire line because you should become familiar with this step. Okay, so that is why otherwise directly I can write T3 by T4 is equal to RC by rho to the power gamma minus 1. But I want to show you how to simplify and get that step, even though if you are not able to remember in the exam, so it can be generated on the spot if you know the isentropic relationship, property relationship for isentropic process. So you can write T4 is equal to T3 into rho to the power gamma minus 1 divided by RC to the power gamma minus 1. Substitute for T3, rho, RC and gamma. So you'll get the temperature T4 as 868.68 Kelvin, or it is 595.68 degrees Celsius. You see, if you observe this TS diagram, so this temperature T1 will be minimum, next it will be the T2, T3 will be the maximum temperature of the cycle, and T4 is the lesser than T3. So you can check the answers also, whether you are getting in the same way, right? T2 higher than T1 and T3 is still higher and T4 is less than T3. So that also you can check. Okay, suppose if you get it in the other way, T4 greater than T3, then you should think that there is some mistake in your formula what you substituted. Similarly, for process 3 to 4, that is isentropic process, we have P4 by P3 is equal to V3 by V4 to the power gamma. Now I am directly writing V3 by V4 as rho by RC, so to the power gamma. So P4 is nothing but P3 into rho to the power gamma divided by RC to the power gamma. So substitute P3 is 44.31 and rho RC gamma. So you'll get pressure at pressure at 4, that is P4 as 2.863 bar. So that is the first answer is over. Pressure and temperature at various or the salient points. Salient points is nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4, but 1 will be usually given. T1 and P1 will be given generally. Now let us find out the air standard efficiency. So air standard efficiency, for that let us find out heat supplied first. So Q in is equal to mCp into T3 minus T2. So remember 2 to 3 is the constant pressure heat addition process. So it is mCp always. So since initial volume is known, you have calculated m. So you have to substitute m. So this is, you will get it in kilojoules, not kilojoules per kg. So m is 0.0117, Cp is 1.005, though it is not given, it is standard value. So T3, T2, so you will get Q in as 12.12 kilojoules. Now heat rejected Q out is given by mCv into T4 minus T1. So you can see here 4 to 1 is a constant volume heat rejection, hence the CV term should be used here. Right? So mCv into T4 minus T1, so m is 0.0117, CV is 0.718. You have to remember this value, or you can get it from the data handbook. T4, T1, so you'll get 4.77 kilojoules. Now let us use the general expression for efficiency of any air standard cycle. So that is Q in minus Q out by Q in. Therefore, eta Th diesel is equal to 12.12 minus 4.77 divided by 12.12. So it is 0.606 or 60.6%. So this is how you can use the general formula for finding the efficiency. So you have the direct formula as well as in terms of RC, rho and gamma. But you can use the terms heat in and heat out to find the efficiency. Okay. So let us calculate mean effective pressure. So mean effective pressure PM is given by W net by Vs. So that is net work done by stroke volume. So net work done is nothing but Q in minus Q out, and stroke volume is nothing but V1 minus V2. So you already know the value of Q in, Q out, V1, V2. So substitute and simplify, we will get mean effective pressure as 730.27 kilopascal. You see here this Q in and Q out are in kilojoules, so this answer will be always kilopascal. So then you have to divide it by 100 to convert that into bar. Generally the pressure has to be expressed in bar. Now let us come to the last answer, that is power output of the engine if there are 380 working cycles per minute. So you know that power developed is equal to work done per cycle into number of cycles per second. Be careful here, it should be per second. Okay, so work done per cycle is equal to PM into Vs. So that is from this expression. Work done per cycle is nothing but PM into Vs. So or else you can find out Q in minus Q out also. Okay, both are possible. So you'll get it as 6.882 kilojoules per cycle. Otherwise 12.12 minus 4.77. So Q in minus Q out. So that also you will get it as directly as work done per cycle. Okay. Okay. Next, let us find out the power. So it is work done per cycle is 6.882. So here the number of cycles per minute is given as 380. So 380 should be divided by 60 here, you can see. So you'll get the power as 43.586 kilowatt. So once again I request all of you not only just to copy this values, so better you check. So there may be small variation also. Suppose if there is a big error or mistake in my calculations, so please don't hesitate to inform me. So I will correct it and I will upload the new video. Okay, please. Now let us solve this problem. An air standard dual cycle. Okay, now I am coming to the dual cycle problems. Note down here. So far I was solving diesel cycle problem in this lecture. Now I will solve dual cycle problems. So an air standard dual cycle has a compression ratio of 16 and compression begins at 1 bar and 50 degrees Celsius. The maximum pressure is 70 bar. The heat added to air at constant pressure is equal to that at constant volume. Calculate the pressures and temperatures at cardinal points of the cycle, the cycle efficiency and the MEP of the cycle. take CV is equal to 0.718 kilojoules per kg per Kelvin, Cp is equal to 1.005 kilojoules per kg per Kelvin. So very interesting problem. So it's on dual cycle. So let me explain the PV and TS diagram for the dual cycle first. So 1 to 2 is a compression. As usual, it is isentropic compression. So as we know, dual cycle is the combination of Otto cycle and the diesel cycle. So here 2 to 3 is a heat addition takes place at constant volume as that of Otto cycle, whereas 3 to 4 the heat addition takes place at constant pressure as that of diesel cycle. So it's a combination of Otto and diesel, hence the name dual cycle. So here heat addition has two terms, be careful about this. One is 2 to 3 at constant volume and other one is 3 to 4 at constant pressure. So here compression ratio is given as 16, okay, here, and compression begins at 1 bar, P1 is equal to 1 bar, temperature at the beginning is 50 degrees Celsius or 323 Kelvin. The maximum pressure is 70 bar, maximum pressure. That means you look at the PV diagram here. So P3 is equal to P4 is equal to 70 bar, that's the maximum pressure. P4 is equal to P3 or P3 is equal to P4. And also he had a line here, very interesting line. The heat added to air at constant pressure, that means Q in during the process 3 to 4 is equal to that at constant volume, which is Q in during the process 2 to 3. So I use the suffix inside the bracket to indicate 3 to 4 as the constant pressure process and 2 to 3 because I will have know that 2 to 3 is the constant volume process and 3 to 4 is the constant pressure process. So suffix inside a bracket I wrote 3 to 4. I hope you understand and it will be easy for you to express also. This is what is given. The heat added to air at constant pressure is equal to that at constant volume. Okay. Now let us calculate the pressures and temperatures at cardinal points. So let us begin with the isentropic process 1 to 2 as usual. Okay, there is no change. So T2 by T1 is equal to V1 by V2 to the power gamma minus 1, RC to the power gamma minus 1, or T2 is equal to T1 RC to the power gamma. You see, no difference. Because 1 to 2 is the isentropic compression even in Otto cycle, diesel cycle as well as the dual cycle. So same relationship holds good. So that's what for all isentropic processes. So same temperature volume relationship you should use. The relationship will be same. So T2 by T1 is equal to V1 by V2 to the power gamma minus 1, whereas in case of pressure P2 by P1 is equal to V1 by V2 to the power gamma, only power gamma. So that's the difference. So substitute for T1, RC and gamma. So you'll get temperature at point 2 is that is at the end of the compression process is 979.15 Kelvin or 706.15 degree Celsius. Okay, so similarly use the relationship P1 V1 to the power gamma is equal to P2 V to the power gamma for isentropic process. You'll get P2 by P1 is equal to V1 by V2 to the power gamma or RC to the power gamma. So P2 is equal to P1 RC to the power gamma. So you'll get it after substitution and simplification. The pressure at the end of compression process as 48.50 bar. Now let us come to the process 2 to 3. So I place the diagram here. Okay, 2 to 3 is a constant volume process. So P2 V2 by T2 is equal to P3 V3 by T3, but V2 and V3 gets cancelled. So you'll get T3 by T2 is equal to P3 by P2. So here P3, that is maximum pressure in the cycle, is given. P3 is equal to P4 as 70 bar. So only unknown in this expression is T3 is equal to T2 into P3 by P2. So substitute for T2, P3 and P2. So you get temperature at point 3, that is at the end of the constant volume heat addition, is 1413.20 Kelvin or 1140.20 degree Celsius. Now to proceed to the next point, that is the point 4. So here since nothing is given at point 4, so but indirectly he has given a hint, so that Q in 3 to 4 is equal to Q in 2 to 3. I hope you remember, you noted it in the given data. The heat addition at constant pressure, that is 3 to 4, is equal to heat addition at a constant volume. So Cp into T4 minus T3 is equal to Cv into T3 minus T2. So you want T4 because in this line only unknown is T4. So better you always write an expression for T4 in terms of other variables. So this is not only this formula. So any other formula, that is my suggestion. Because later your substitution and simplification becomes easier, because you are finding directly T4. So T3 plus Cv by Cp into T3 minus T2. Okay, you want T4. So take this Cp to the other side first. It becomes Cv by Cp here, right? Then you have T4 minus T3 here. So T3, take it to the other side. It becomes plus T3. Okay. Suppose if there is any error in my simplification, you have to inform me. Okay. So T4 is equal to, so substitute for T3, Cp by Cv into T3 minus T2. So you'll get as 1723.29 Kelvin or 1450.29 degree Celsius. Now let us use the formula for the cutoff ratio. So and calculate cutoff ratio. Rho is equal to V4 by V3. So now this is 3 to 4 is a constant pressure process. So it becomes V4 by V3. In case of diesel cycle, it was V3 by V2. So there is a change. Now V4 by V3 is equal to T4 by T3. So anything you can use, but sorry, you don't know the volume values here. So you have to use the temperature ratios here. So rho you'll get as 1.219. And also you know that this V5 by V4, that is the expansion ratio, V5 by V4 you have to find out in terms of compression ratio and cutoff ratio. So V5 by V4 is nothing but V1 by V4, because you can see here 5 to 1 is a constant volume heat rejection process. Okay, constant volume heat rejection process. So it is V5 is equal to V1. So some rearrangements here, multiplying and dividing by V2. So you'll get V1 by V2 into V2 by V4, but V2 is nothing but V3. So V1 by V2 into V3 by V4. So V1 by V2 is nothing but RC, and V4 by V3 in the denominator, because this V3 will come to the denominator here. Okay, so that becomes rho. So you can remember expansion ratio. Suppose if you want, you can write RE here. Okay, that is better. RE, expansion ratio V5 by V4 is always equal to RC by rho. That is easy to remember. RE is nothing but RC by rho. Okay, because RE is less than RC. Okay, now 4 to 5 is isentropic process. So T5 by T4 is equal to V4 by V5 to the power gamma minus 1 by, but V4 by V5 already we found it is RC by rho, but I want V4 by V5, so it becomes rho by RC. Okay, V5 by V4 is RC by rho, but I want V4 by V5, so it becomes rho by RC to the power gamma minus 1. So therefore T5 is equal to T4 into rho to the power gamma minus 1 divided by RC to the power gamma minus 1. Substitute for T4, rho, RC and gamma. So you'll get the temperature at 0.5 as 615.33 Kelvin or 342.33 degree Celsius. Now process 5 to 1 is constant volume process. So for a constant volume process, you can write T5 by T1 is equal to P5 by P1. So what you want is P5 here. So P5 is P1 into T5 by T1. So you'll get, after substitution and simplification, the pressure at 0.5 as 1.905 bar. Now let us come to the efficiency calculation. So you can use the direct formula for efficiency of the dual cycle. Eta Th dual is equal to 1 minus 1 by RC to the power gamma minus 1 into numerator alpha rho to the power gamma minus 1, denominator inside the bracket alpha minus 1 plus gamma alpha into rho minus 1. So here the pressure ratio alpha has to be found out before you substitute. So alpha is equal to P3 by P2, you can see here. So this is the pressure ratio. So it is taking place during constant volume process. Here is the cutoff ratio which is taking place at constant pressure. Okay, sorry. So alpha is equal to 70 by 48.5, so is equal to 1.44. So now once again I wrote the expression for efficiency before substitution. Okay, because to make it clear. So RC is 16, gamma is 1.4, alpha is 1.44, rho is 1.219. So substitutions here as well. So you'll get the dual cycle efficiency as 0.6632 or 66.32%. Now coming to the mean effective pressure. So here also you can use the direct formula for the mean effective pressure. So it is Pm is equal to P1 RC to the power gamma divided by gamma minus 1 into RC minus 1 inside the square bracket alpha minus 1 plus gamma alpha rho minus 1 minus RC to the power 1 minus gamma into alpha rho to the power gamma minus 1. So substitute for every parameters here. So P1 is 1 bar, no issues, you can substitute it in bar so that you'll get the final answer also in bar. RC 16, gamma 1.4, okay, and alpha 1.44, rho 1.219. So all those things, and after substitution and simplification, you'll get the mean effective pressure as 4.866 bar. Okay. Now let me solve this problem before I end this lecture. The swept volume of a diesel engine working on dual cycle is 0.0053 meter cube. Clearance volume is 0.00035 meter cube. The maximum pressure is 65 bar. Fuel injection ends at 5% of the stroke. Temperature and pressure at the start of the compression are 80 degrees Celsius and 0.9 bar respectively. Determine the air standard efficiency of the cycle. So this looks like a very simple problem, but let us analyze it very clearly. So swept volume of a diesel engine working on dual cycle. That means you have to consider as a dual cycle problem. Okay. So you draw the PV or TS, any one diagram. Better always draw the PV diagram to solve the problem, not the TS diagram, because it is very easy to simplify, because 1 to 2 is the isentropic compression, as all of you know. 2 to 3, as you can see, it is constant volume. 3 to 4 is constant pressure. 4 to 5 is isentropic expansion. So 5 to 1 is constant volume. So it is more clear than TS diagram. TS diagram shows that 1 to 2 is isentropic compression and 4 to 5 is isentropic expansion. So it doesn't give any idea about 2 to 3, 3 to 4 and 1 to 5 to 1. But both together, so it gives clear cut picture about all the process, because whatever 1 to 2 and 4 to 5 isentropic process which you can't make out from PV diagram, so you can easily make out from the TS diagram. You can see S1 is equal to S2 during the process 1 to 2. So 1 to 2 is isentropic compression, 4 to 5 similarly is isentropic expansion. So here given is the stroke volume. So stroke volume is nothing but V1 minus V2. Okay, that is from here to here. This is V1, this is V2. So this gap is V1 minus V2. That is nothing but stroke volume. V1 minus V2 is equal to 0.0053 meter cube, and clearance volume is nothing but this gap, that is nothing but V2 is equal to Vc. Okay, which is also equal to V3 in this case as of for dual cycle. So 0.00035 meter cube. The maximum pressure is 65 bar. So maximum pressure is always P3 is equal to P4. You can check the diagram here. P3 is equal to P4. 65 bar. The fuel injection ends at 5% of the stroke, means cutoff K. K is equal to 0.05. The temperature and pressure at the start of compression are 80 degrees Celsius and 0.9 bar respectively. That's T1 is 80 degrees Celsius and P1 is 0.9 bar. So at the start of the compression process. Okay, let us solve this problem. So compression ratio RC is equal to Vs plus Vc by Vc, as all of you know. Substitute for Vs, Vc and Vc. So you'll get compression ratio as 16.14. Cutoff ratio is equal to rho is equal to 1 plus K into RC minus 1. Substitute for K and RC. So you'll get cutoff ratio as 1.757. And you know process 1 to 2 is isentropic. So P2 by P1 is equal to V1 by V2 to the power gamma, which is nothing but RC to the power gamma. So P2 is equal to P1 into RC to the power gamma. So substitute for P1 0.9 bar, RC is 16.14, gamma is 1.4. So you'll get P2, the pressure at the end of the compression process, as 44.19 bar. Therefore you can find out the pressure ratio alpha, which is nothing but P3 by P2. You see P3 by P2 is the pressure ratio. So 65 by 44.19, so you'll get it as 1.47. So now you have the expression for the air standard efficiency of the dual cycle. So eta TH dual is equal to 1 minus 1 by RC to the power gamma minus 1. Then numerator alpha into rho to the power gamma minus 1 divided by alpha minus 1 plus gamma alpha rho minus 1. So try to remember this formula. So substitute here. RC is 16.14, gamma is 1.4, alpha is 1.47, rho is 1.757. So substitute every place and simplify. So you'll get the efficiency of the dual cycle is 0.6375 or 63.75%. So the very important thing is here you have to remember this dual cycle efficiency formula. So if you remember this formula, so no need to remember the Otto cycle and diesel cycle formula, because I told you during the theory part. So how to get diesel cycle efficiency formula and Otto cycle efficiency formula from the dual cycle efficiency formula. So with this I conclude this lecture number 6, and will continue to solve few more problems in in the lecture number 7. Thank you.